So, you're curious, how can a minimalistic web design give you the best business results? Well, let me show you an image. What is this? It's a black dress, right? It is a simple black dress, but it is still considered one of the sexiest and most elegant types of evening dresses. And all black dresses are not the same. They all look different. They have different cuts and different sizes. However, they have that one thing in common: simplicity. It's one color, it's one cut, and it's feminine. Your website is kind of like that. If you look at, what makes a more successful website, what websites do people want to look at, what makes a good converting website, the answers are usually the same. They should be easy to use, they should load fast, they should look good, they should have a clear message, and they should not be too cluttered. And by clutter, I mean anything unnecessary which is not adding to your brand or to your business. So, why does a minimalistic website design give you good business results? Well, think about it. Think about it just like a user, right? If a website is clean and it's simple and it's got clear messaging, then as a user, you get what you need. You find the information that you're looking for. You understand what the business is all about, what they have to offer, what, content they can provide, and you build credibility. Your user starts thinking, okay, this business is very clear. They're very structured, they're organized, they know what they're doing, and I know exactly what I need to know from this website. It's easier on the eyes. It's good to, go through a website which is not like flashing and popping in your web page and it's got too much stuff, right? And you were just browsing through everything and it's got a lot of colors. It's just a simple website. It's just so smooth, so easy, so stress-free to go through. There's also no confusion because you're not overwhelming and bombarding them with unnecessary messages. So it's very crystal clear, your service, your value. As I said, it builds trust. So in a nutshell, they get the value and they come back. Your audience comes back. They think, okay, if I need to understand about a business, I saw this website of that business that made sense. Let me go back. And it's easier. They can browse from everywhere. They like that experience. It's a great experience. And then they come back. And eventually, when they want to make a purchase, guess who they go for, right? So it doesn't seem on the face of it that it's going to give you so many benefits by keeping a website simple. But if you really think about it like a user, then you understand why it makes so much sense. So how do you go about creating a website which is minimalistic but gives you a ton of business value? There are 3 sections to it. So there's design, there's content, and there's user experience. In terms of design, it's pretty straightforward. What are the design elements on your website? You have images, so your visual media, you have fonts, you have colors, and you have to think about the layout, and you think about white space. You have images, so your visual media. Now, besides making sure that they meet your brand personality and they meet your brand identity, also try to keep them very sharp and clear, not pixelated, and also not very heavy. So if you think about the fonts, I would recommend 2 fonts, 2 typefaces. You don't need a ton more, right? You have one for your headline and one for your copy. The simpler you keep it, the better. And it also makes your brand more recognizable because if you have one special font for your headline, then you kind of stand out. Then you have your colors. Again, stick to your brand colors. Your brand may have 1 or 3, but just keep to them as much as possible. Don't introduce unnecessary colors which are not matching your brand. And you have to think about the layout. Keep it very clean and orderly and reduce the number of sections. You don't need to have a ton of sections on a page. You have the main information, clear structure, clear layout, and you think about white space. Because white space makes it easier for people to go through it, to go through the information, to move around easily, and it also makes everything seem very nice and clean. Those were the key elements for design. Now we look at content, right? Content is one of the most important elements of your website. In fact, I would say in some cases even more than your design. It really depends on the type of website. If you have a very visual website, then you don't need so much content. But if you're a very content, information-heavy website, then you do need to add a lot of content. A simple website does not mean that you don't have enough content. It just means that you organize and present them in a way that makes it seem very minimalistic and easy to browse through. So what are the key, advice and tips for creating content to make a minimalistic website? The first thing is prioritize your key messages. So your brand message is one of the most important messages you can have on your website. what you offer, what makes you unique, what you stand for, etc. Then, of course, you have your content and your services, and then you have your social proof, your testimonials. Just present them in a very clean and organized way and prioritize the ones which are most important. Which brings us to the second point is remove any kind of unnecessary text. If it's not helping to establish who you are, if it's not providing value, if it's not telling the users, your audience, anything that makes it easy for them to know about you and to engage with you, remove it. No need to keep it. Right? If you want to create brand and website messages for your business and you want to do them in a super structured way, in an easy way, and you want to get all the information, all the elements, all the tools you need for it, then do check out my website and brand messaging pack. The link is in the description. It is a complete framework to help you build those messages out quickly and easily and in a way that works for your business and your brand. The third tip is when you write your content, make sure that it reflects your brand personality and tone of voice. So if you are, a happy, friendly brand and very chirpy, then write it differently. If you're more elegant, relaxed, easy, luxurious, premium, write it differently. Now, sometimes I know it's not so easy to differentiate in how you write the content, but if you are a brand, if you're living it, breathing it every day, then it will naturally come out in your content as well. And it also depends on what kind of content you create. If you're writing long-form informative blog posts, then it is a little different kind of tone of voice than when you were just writing one catchline, right? So, but whatever it is, identify your brand personality and tone of voice and make sure your content reflects it so that when your visitor, your audience is going through all your website pages, there is consistency. They start getting the key kind of vibes from you, the same vibes, and it makes you more relatable and they understand your brand a little bit better. How does that help a minimalistic website? Because then you're creating content that is very directly impactful, right? It is writing only what matters and you're writing it in a way that matters. So that also helps in your website, in your business results. The next is add call to action. Yeah, you might be surprised, but I recently saw a study which said that about to 70% of business websites don't have a call to action. Definitely have a call to action. Tell them what to do next. It's like, okay, great, you found my website, you came to my website, you engaged with me. Now, how do we take that forward to the next level? Because you might assume that they know what to do, but they don't always. And even if they do, you make it easier for them. So in a minimalistic website, you don't have to add call to action everywhere, but make sure that they are present enough. One good tip is to keep it on the top of your page, always on the header, so they can access that from every single page. And the last one is make your content SEO friendly, but also make it human, right? Because when you have a simple minimalistic website, you don't need a lot of unnecessary keywords and keyword stuffing and fluff to make your content seem more friendly to search engines. Don't do that. Still keep it human, still keep your brand, still talk to your visitor like you're talking human to human, but whenever possible, just integrate some SEO friendly elements to it because that will help your minimalistic website be found as well. So those are the content tips. And the last one we will look at is the user experience, which in my opinion is one of the most important aspects of a website. In the user experience, we have a few sections as well. The first is the hierarchy of information, or what we call the architecture or information architecture, content architecture, etc. So if you want to create a smooth one, then one good thing is to organize and plan all your content in the beginning and see how you're going to structure that information across different pages. There is a video that I made on the essential types of website content you need to create. So take a look at that as well. It tells you the key content that you need to gather and how you can structure them out. The next part is, now that you've made the structure and architecture, how do you let people go through all these sections easily? How do they navigate your website? How do they find what they're looking for, right? How do you do the menus and what goes in the menu under each section? And remember the 3-click rule. They should be able to see anything that they want, any information that they want from your menu, right? From just 3 clicks away from the menu, and everything should be there, right? So make it easier for them to find the information they're looking for, which also adds to the next part, which is about adding a search option. Sometimes, I don't know about you, but me, I also don't have the patience to go through a whole list of items and a whole big menu to find, right? Because sometimes you have these mega menus and you have like a big menu and then you have so many different sections and I'm like, wait, where is it? right? You can just simply click on a search button, or they can put their keyword, or they can put what they're looking for, and they will find it on your website. So that is about the search. So we said hierarchy, navigation, and search. Then the last two, which are also very important for SEO friendliness, is load time and mobile responsiveness. We all want a website to load fast. Like, that's no brainer, right? And we all want the website to look good on the mobile. But there are still websites which are not doing it right. So no matter how good it is to browse on the desktop, even if you have a ton of content, make sure it's super, super easy to still look at it on the mobile, because I still do a lot of reading on the mobile, right? Or not tablet anymore so much. I don't know how many people even have tablets, but it's primarily desktop and primarily mobile when it comes to reading on the go. So make sure all of those are properly optimized. It's easy to find what you're looking for. Keep the search button in your mobile as well. And that's how you can make a website very user-friendly. And putting all of these together, you get a minimalistic website that can really get results for your business, that your audience will love, will like to visit, will come back to. It will be an impactful website, and it will work for your business. So that was all for this video. If you want to check out more videos on small business websites and branding, you will subscribe to my channel, and I will have them coming for you very, very fast.